Just 1 second. Just one second. Sorry. Just wanted to read you guys something real quick before I start the review here. Okay. This is from the film stage. Jordan Raup, that's how you say his name. He says in his review, and I quote, "For an 11-year-old sneaking into a theater for his first R-rated movie, Deadpool could prove to be a revolutionary trip. For myself, it was an exhausting, grating experience, lacking in wit, cleverness as it crumbles underneath its wall-to-wall torrent of jokes. If this represents a new stage in comic book adaptations, the future is even more dismal than one could have imagined." You're a dick. Yep, that's it.
With a K review.
It's VIC?
No, it's with a K. Oh.
So for the last 2 years, everybody's been waiting for Star Wars. And you know what? I understand that. I have been waiting for Deadpool for so long. Ryan Reynolds has played Deadpool once before in a movie that, it doesn't even deserve to have a name. No. But in this new version of Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds finally gives us the merc with the mouth. And I can tell you guys this much. I enjoyed this movie a lot, but there are so many things with this movie that it's exciting, yet it's kind of weird on how exciting it actually is, because there was a person, the person shall remain nameless, that wanted this movie to be PG-13, had led a campaign for it to be rated PG-13. There is no way that this movie this weekend could have been anything more than rated R, because that's what Deadpool is. I mean, all the characters in this movie are R-rated characters. You have Brianna Hildebrand, who I haven't seen in too much. She played Negasonic Teenage Warhead, which is literally the coolest name you could ever have for a superhero. And then you have Colossus, who is finally done, which I feel like, as I've watched the comics over the years and I've watched the television shows of Colossus, this is finally like the biggest, beefiest Colossus that I've ever seen, and he's done really awesome. And then there's the other character of Deadpool's love interest, which I really liked, was Maureen Busank. Hold on 1 second. This is totally professional right now that I'm doing. Hold on. Morena Baccarin. Yep, that's her name. The hot one, yep. She did an amazing job as Deadpool's love interest in the movie. And by Deadpool, of course, I mean Wade Wilson, who's played by Ryan Reynolds. Now, I am a huge fan of Ryan Reynolds. I love everything that he's done. Even though he's done some movies that weren't that great, he's still tried to give us a pretty decent acting ability. Now, I'm pretty sure like everybody's given this movie an amazing rating for this weekend, and that it's just so awesome and that it's just so cool. And I don't want to be just another person to jump on the bandwagon, because like I try to go see movies and I try to think to myself, you know, could this movie be any better? And I remember this movie to me is more closely related to Dredd that came out a few years ago. I think it was back in 2012, because Dredd had the same issue. Dredd was trying to redo a movie that Sylvester Stallone did years ago that was like campy and crappy and everything. And it came out, and it was exactly what people wanted Dredd to be. And it did shittily in the theaters. And then nobody wanted to go see it. And I don't understand how Deadpool... Maybe it's because Deadpool is more popular than Dredd was. But Deadpool is somehow... It just made me really glad when I saw it, because I realized that this movie had a built-in excuse to it. Don't worry. I will explain. Every time in this movie when you have Deadpool doing something weird or extreme or saying something dirty or breaking the fourth wall like his character does, you have a built-in excuse for the character. It's like, oh, Deadpool chops a guy's head off and kicks it into another guy. Oh, that's Deadpool. And that's what's really cool about this character, is that he has a built-in excuse. He can really do anything he wants in this movie. And the whole movie in general, who's directed by Tim Miller, this guy has finally figured out, even though this is like one of his debut movies, he has figured out the perfect way to make this character come alive on the screen. Like, there's not a moment in this movie that I wasn't like into it, you know, like, but it wasn't one of those like into it, like I was really drawn into it, but it was one of those things where I was just really enjoying seeing everybody work together on the screen. Even TJ Miller, who plays Weasel in the movie, I didn't really think I was going to like his character. Even from like the previews, I was like, eh. But I actually really enjoyed his character. I felt like he worked really well with the Deadpool character, and also everything else in the movie. Like, even the action, I thought was really cool. They actually redid the car chase scene from the leaked footage that they had out earlier, like 2 years ago, and it was excellent. Like, it was just done so well. But there are some negatives to this movie. Please don't hate me. I honestly think that this movie could have been done better in the fact that if it was longer. That's right, I'm actually knocking it down a little bit because the movie was too short. Because this movie just needed to be longer. It needed to have more things to do with Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Colossus. I felt like those characters, they were there, but the way they interacted with Deadpool, I just wanted to see them done more. Even the actress who does Angel, I know she's the MMA fighter. I just can't remember her name off the top of my head. I just can't remember it at all off the... Got it, Gina Carano. She's the MMA fighter, and I loved her character of Angel because she could actually go up against Colossus and everything like that, but she didn't have enough dialogue. The same thing with Ed Skrein's character, Ajax. I liked his character a lot. This is the same guy that was in the Transporter reboot, which should have never happened, and he does a really good job in this movie. I just wish that all the characters had at least 30 to 40 minutes more of dialogue, because I would be standing here right now going over 9,000. I would be screaming at you to go see this movie. And I'm going to say, well, I'm not going to scream at you, but I'm going to tell you guys that you need to go see this movie because I'm going to give Deadpool an honorary over 9,000. And yes, if you type in Super Saiyan Goku Deadpool, you get this picture. So enjoy that. But what I'm going to tell you guys right now is I think that Deadpool is one of the revolutionary movies to make superheroes movies rated R. However, I don't want to see every superhero movie to be rated R. You will never see an Avengers movie be rated R in the future. But you know what? You guys need to go see this in theaters at any price whatsoever. And you know what? Thanks, guys, for coming back and seeing my reviews. And yeah, thanks, guys, for watching my review. I do appreciate all the viewers and subscribers that I still have. Make sure to give me a whack down below and those likes and share and everything like that. And yeah, never forget, if you guys don't like what you're watching, you can always turn it off. But thanks for coming back and seeing me. Chica Chicaaaaaaaa.